and grift like this. Grift, baby, grift, baby, grift, baby, grift, baby, top of the grift, it's top of that grift, baby. You know you gotta grift. Come on, baby, take my little hand and grift like this. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all around the world, it's the world famous Monday Night Grift with your host, Vito and a whole host of colorful characters you're going to learn to love, love to hate, hate to not have around. It's the Monday Night Grift. Ladies and gentlemen, how have you been? The whole show is just me doing show tunes now. That's what I've decided. Hi, even Scraps is here to make noise and cause trouble. Fucking cat. Guys, it's the Monday Night Grift. It's your favorite show. We've been gone for a while. Why? Clinical depression. No, I don't know. I've just been busy. I've been a busy boy. Been a very busy boy working on a lot of things. We'll talk about some of that. But I know what we're really here is the mic backwards. Test 1, 1, 2. How do I sound, guys? Do I sound okay? I just adjusted the microphone, and hopefully it's fine. Let me know if there's anything wrong. Nobody else is complaining, so hopefully it's just this one person. Guys, we're going to have a show. We're going to talk about a lot of different crazy things, and I've got a whole bunch of your favorite people. Wow, so many people are here. I don't even know what order to bring them in. I'll just bring them in left to right. We have Bobster is here.
Hey, how's it going, Vito?
It's going great. Everything is great. We live in a perfect society. I'm not exhausted by every day having to wake up and learn what's woke or anti-woke or non-woke or new woke. It's not slowly killing me inside. It's not slow. It's not like there's a mass shooting every 6 hours. What is this show? Oh, we also have. I'll save you for. We have Pete the Happy Warriors back. We love Pete.
Good to be here.
How you doing, buddy? I hope you've been well.
Excellent. It's out here in the Midwest. It finally thawed the ice age, so
yeah,
it's no longer below freezing.
Crazy weather all around the country. I don't know if you know. In California, it just won't stop raining. It's drowning people. We got Reyes here.
Good evening. Great to see y'all again.
Dressed as a Mimikyu. I know my Pokemon lore. I'm very excited to see you, Ray. I hope you've been well.
Been awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, we also have a very special guest who we've never had before on the show. The world famous Charles Kahn is here.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Charles.
Charles, where he's famous on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm one of those
howdy.
Twitter.
I'm one of those meme guys. You know, the guys that post the memes all day.
You got more followers than me with all the
memes. It's only across everything. I think last we counted was 137,000 people.
137,000 across all your accounts? My God.
Yeah, that's, counting Instagram and all the other crap. That's a lot of crap.
King of memes. Charles, I'm so excited to have you. We've never had you before.
I'm excited to talk to you too, Vito. The last time we spoke was on one of these streams, but I wasn't the meme bastard then. You were just humble doing the Vito show. It was 1,000 years ago.
Different time, a different era,
a simpler time. And Vito said, "You know what, guy? You should go after it, Charles. You should chase it. You should go for it." And I'm going to thank Vito right at the top of the show for lighting that fire under my ass and telling me to go for it.
It's good. It's been good. I hope you like.
Would be no meme bastard without Vito lighting that fire under my ass, telling me to go for it.
Do you ever do little sponsored posts for stupid Chinese crap? You got to do that with your Twitter.
Yeah, I am sponsored by Coffee Brand Coffee. If you use code BASTARD at coffeebrandcoffee.com. Let's get the grifting in early.
Get code that BASTARD. Grift in, folks. That's the only reason we're here. And, guys, straight from the Star Wars universe, everyone's favorite Twi'lek, it's Ahsoka Tano is here.
Hello! Wow, I can't believe it. I'm here. Thank you so much, Tony, for, taking me into your little portal and kidnapping me here. It's all handy dandy fun stuff being here.
Wait, are you at Tony's house?
Don't tell him.
I don't know what's going on. Benjamin Wheeler for 5 says, "Great, love the hat, Ray. Vito, what does your hat say?" You know what? I think it's a map. No, wait, it says, "I survived Alaska Night, 1984. Some fans sent me a bunch of novelty
Incoming
trucker
call
hats,
from +15312.
and I'm a big fan of all of them. How do I go back to the regular layout now? And I've screwed up my show. Wait, this one? Okay, there it is. It's been a while since we've done this, guys. It's been a while since we've done a show, but I think I know what I'm doing. And what I'm doing is bringing up a video and not stalling for time. There it is. Okay. See, I'm good at my job. What's the best layout? I don't even remember. This one? Nope. This one? Nope. Nope. Nope.
Come on,
Maybe
give
not.
us the Brady
I like
Bunch.
us at the bottom. I like that. That's
Yeah.
nice.
That looks good.
Let's
I
all
like
be
it.
bottom
Yeah.
bitches. That'll be our
Let's
thing.
bottom bitches. I mean, I don't know. We're going to cut off the big excitement. Guys, there was a big reveal at Star Wars Celebration 2023. Actually, I had a guy email me. He goes, "Hey, Vito, I want to give you tickets to Star Wars Celebration 2023. I'm like, "Oh, cool. You're going to fly me to London?" He's like, No, you got to pay for that. I'm like, well, no, I'm not going to just drive everything and fly to London. It was nice. It was kind of like a, if you want the tickets, I'll give them to you kind of thing. But I was like, dude, you could not convince me to spend all my money going and watch whatever this. Look, Star Wars is cool still, and somewhat, but this is for the diehard fans. Who are the diehard fans these days? I don't know any diehards
Dozens
anymore.
of them out there. There has to be, right? Somebody's.
I feel like Star Wars has been spoiled for a lot of us. That sequel trilogy, I don't know anyone who likes it. I know people who like parts of it, but I don't know anybody who likes all of it.
There's a lot of people in my industry that pretend to still like it. I wouldn't say it's nobody. But it's nobody that actually likes Star Wars.
Nobody likes Rise of Skywalker, though.
Yeah, it's all like media people and those who like it.
I tapped out on that first one, The Force Awakens. They killed spoiler alert, everybody. When Han Solo got killed, that killed the whole franchise. Dead.
What?
Done.
How could you spoil this for me?
Well,
Somebody who's seen all of the sequel. How could you?
Well, I just thought, like Chewbacca somehow made it through those movies, but Han Solo we're gonna kill off. Like he's the guy, and they killed him like a bitch. It was a bitch death. It could have been so much better. They could have done anything else. Captain Kirk died in a better way when they dropped the friggin' bridge on him.
Star Wars is known for bitch deaths. Do you remember the time where he had, what is his name? The sixth movie.
Luke.
The sixth movie. Not Luke. It was
Darth
the bounty hunter. The bounty hunter died.
Boba Fett.
Yeah, Boba Fett
falls in the Sarlacc
But he
pit.
got better from that death, though.
All I can say is I saw Force Awakens and I went, a girl piloting the Millennium Falcon? I don't know if it. No, that's all right. Anyway, here's the big reveal. This is. I don't know if I'm gonna skip around here. Can you guys even hear this?
I can hear it.
Enhance the volume.
I don't know if I can. Oh my god! What the?
You are watching.
Is there a way for me to boost volume on here?
Use the boost to get through.
All right. Well, this is as loud as it gets. Sadly.
Oh, it's a woman.
I'll narrate.
And we are really excited to be sharing some news.
They're very excited.
Oh man, she sounds it.
All the television we've been doing, we're exploring a lot of different storylines.
Can I get closed captioning? Oh, there we go.
From what George Lucas said,
well, that's going to cover it up.
he created Star Wars to move forward.
Star Wars is about moving forward, folks.
And backward.
Oh yeah,
And
forward and
backwards.
backwards, not side to side. Goddamn.
Building a rich future. Expanding.
There we go. So this is the big reveal that everyone's so excited about, is the official logos for the timeline. Can you believe it, guys? We got logos all the way across.
Graphic design is the passion.
I feel confused just looking at that. You're gonna have it was already tough to figure out for a super dork like I don't know if you guys know this. I'm a Dungeons and Dragons guy. Like
Yeah.
I'm kind of a king dork
Shocker.
here. This sort of stuff, I like this is our wheelhouse. And for them to have multiple timelines and multiple continuities and cartoons and comic books, and if you really want to know what C-3PO's red arm is about, you have to pick up a specific comic book that tells you everything. It doesn't really matter at all. Like, well, whose idea was that? If I could slap the piss out of somebody, whoever come up with that idea?
No, the comics are important. You got to get the comics.
No, I don't care. How about that? I don't give a shit what his red arm is. It would have been fun. Like, if they just had one line of dialogue, oh, yeah, I found it on a guy. That's all they had to do, rather than, ooh, what's that red arm?
They didn't have to
Well,
explain it at
also-
all.
Yeah, they didn't have to explain it all.
Wait, I almost made it work. There it is. Okay. So, well, we have our
Evan?
different eras. So it starts with the Old Republic. I know a lot of people like that. They made the video games from that. Then we have the High Republic. So this was like their weird experiment. Like it's all a bunch of young adult novels and comic books. But I don't hear anybody talking about the High Republic being excited about it. I don't know.
They're universally terrible. Having been one of the few people actually paid for one of those comics, there's not a redeeming. There's just not a single redeeming.
So it's the High Republic. So that's before the Trade Federation takes over Naboo, right? That would be High Republic period.
And
or was
then
that...
Fall of the Jedi. This is going to be your Anakin Skywalker
Okay.
shows up. Then we have something of the Empire. Is that Rise of the Empire? I don't know. I guess it's Rise of the Empire. The Age of Rebellion. So this is so let's be clear. This is the Old Republic video game, dumb comic books no one's reading, the prequels, Andor, the good ones, the bad ones, and the really bad ones. Oh wait, no, Mandalorian, the really bad ones. Okay, that's what you can call these in reality. So it's interesting to try and figure out, well, where are they going to go? Are they going to where's the movies going to go? I mean, originally they were like, oh, we're going to make a bunch of Han Solo movies and an Obi-Wan thing and blah blah blah. So they're all kind of over here. But we all said, well, at least we know there won't be anything after this First Order trash. Like, that was so bad. They're never going to revisit that, obviously, because it's just so awful. And then this lady came out. Is she wearing the Willy Wonka, like, blueberry suit?
Is she wearing a hat, or is that... No, she is wearing a hat.
And I'm attracted to the idea of immersing
Look at her
myself
shoes.
in a Jedi Academy
happening?
with a powerful Jedi Master.
Is this this is the director? Okay, well, I don't want to
Who
spoil
would
She was
it yet.
attracted to that
A
idea.
Jedi Master.
I don't want to
Jedi-
meet the Jedi Master.
It's a
I
Jedi
do.
Master.
I
Make
do.
some more noise.
Come meet the Jedi Master.
Make some
Okay,
noise.
come on out.
What is happening? Oh my gosh!
Oh my goodness, it's Rey.
Red dress lady.
Wow, I'm so excited.
hold on.
as a
Oh God!
woman.
All right, Vito, I need you to pan back. I need you to walk back exactly 10 seconds. I want to see that crowd shot again of how excited every single
That's
person
amazing.
there. Like, look at them. Look at that dude with the long hair there on the left. That guy. Oh man.
Look, I know it's London, not typically the most diverse city as far as I know, but
Well, the thing
oh,
about it
it's
is,
all
Peter,
it's all
I can't
whitey.
believe that they're doing this Star Wars movie. I believe they're doing more Star Wars.
So these
Oh,
are the
like it.
Star Wars super fans. I thought that guy was.
Yeah, they
filming
sure
on the-
look excited.
I thought that guy in the bottom left was filming on a PSP. I got excited for a second.
Yeah.
But, that's just some phone I don't
Oh, man.
recognize.
That is like one of the least happy a crowd
God.
of people that paid big money to be there. It's not
But
like
you
it's
see
not
a few
like
people smiling. There's a few
it's
people
not like
who have the
Blizzard
big
announces
smile.
the new Diablo games on phone bad, but it's not great.
So
Yeah,
I
it's-
mentioned that like most of them are obese.
Well, that's to be expected.
Come on,
man.
it's
Not
not-
every, you know.
I was thinking something totally different.
Man.
I was like, just my knowledge of how like these like press event tickets go, like a lot of these folks must be production staff also. So that might, explain some of like their mid-level
Oh.
excitement as well.
Yeah, they might have already known this was coming. They might have stalked the
God,
crowd.
they should have done like the Beatles and paid girls to show up screaming at the airport when they got off the plane. That would have been so much better.
This lady is happy as all get
Yeah,
out.
you got
though.
one gal.
He's like, oh my god!
It's Star Wars! Holy shit!
I think she's just excited for the second female action movie TV star versus the first one. Katniss Everdeen was the first ever
Oh yeah,
action female movie star. She's so excited for the second one to appear on screen now.
Finally, the first, second one.
Look, I'll say
It's
this.
exciting
I
to
like,
see.
I like Daisy Ridley. I think they, I always blame the writers for writing a terrible character, but she seems like a very nice lady.
Maybe
She's,
they'll write her better this
yeah.
time. Maybe in the first 10 seconds she'll die and the Rock will walk out. Maybe that's how they'll do it.
I just think it's wonderful she's following in the footsteps of Jennifer Lawrence. It's just
Now, I've talked about this before where I started writing my version of Star Wars Episode 9, and I kind of want to get back to it. I might actually finish it. But my whole
version,
thing...
I would love to rewrite Star Wars. I would rewrite it just completely from the end of Star Wars, like the real Star Wars, Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Throw everything away. All of it's crap.
I would start rewriting from the end of Empire, because Return of the Jedi is also bad.
Oof. There's a lot of things in Jedi that I liked.
Leia being Luke's sister is so dumb.
There's a lot of things in Jedi I didn't like. I think I like the effect of the Ewoks, but I feel like even as a little kid, I was like, well, these little guys are lame.
Jabba's Palace was okay. Everything
Jabba's Palace, I feel like it loses momentum.
Most
That's the problem.
Return of the Jedi is trash. I agree with Vito there.
I was watching Lando piloting the Millennium Falcon against the second Death Star, and I was watching him like, shouldn't this be Han?
Yeah.
Like, Han, after he gets rescued from Carbonite, they're like, we have no idea what to do with him.
He's just hanging out.
Yeah. Let's send him to Endor. And you're like, but everybody went to Endor. Does he need to be there? Is he going to do anything?
He failed his space pilot driving test because his eyes are all messed up. So
it's a great first act and a great third act, but the middle's like, And it goes on for
I've been
a long
feeling
time.
really like fatigued by the whole like Jedi Force, conflict as far as like, the rebellion against the Empire. As some of that fatigue was aided by Andor, focusing on like the working class, folks under the boot of the Empire, and then also trying to like build some empathy of folks within the Empire as well, who like to try and like rationalize their motivations and stuff. I liked deep introspective character lore like that is outside of the realm of like the Jedi. So I would love to see more blue collar Star Wars folks. If this is a galaxy far, far away, I would imagine there are more folks than just the handful we've been focusing on for like 40
always
years.
Jedi. They're obsessed with Jedi.
I would love to see the Empire presented like front and center. We show them as the good guys, and here are these evil terrorists that have been pesky thorns in their sides. These rebels.
Oh man,
they're jihad against our beloved Empire.
That's the thing, though, is what's so great about Andor is like you see these little sparks of rebellion that they don't realize are actually connected, and then they finally get it at the end of season 1 that, oh no, this is a planned assault. It's supposed to look like random incidents, but it's all made to look that way. I was like, yes, this is big brain Star Wars I've been waiting for, Like I get that feeling and drive from like classic Star Wars and Next Generation and Deep Space Nine and all that. So I wanted something more cerebral from my Star Wars, and that's kind of where I'm getting from Andor. But since season 2 production has only just began, I am hoping that they take some chapters or some clues from Andor and start to create more substantial content for Star Wars fans like Andor.
It's interesting that you bring up Star Trek, because I do, everybody always says that there's such different formats, but I think you could be telling one-off stories within the Star Wars universe of people traveling around and dealing with the weird, like, okay, what's it like that this planet has slaves and this one doesn't? What are the Ewoks up to? Like, that's what Mandalorian was supposed to be. Like a bunch of different locales and whatever else, but it all now just is coming back to Mando has his little buddy, and I don't even know what's happening this season. I can't even
tell you what the billion-dollar franchise is, Vito. I've got it. Here's the grift of all grifts.
Yeah.
We do Star Wars meets Star Trek. Luke Skywalker and Captain Kirk. They're both dead in quotation marks. They team up. They're both in hell or something, and they have to team up. They're in space hell, and they have to team up.
That's what people want.
Yes.
You can't have
Han
space
Solo
hell.
show
There's
up.
no space hell in Star Wars.
Sure, they come back from the dead. They get better. It's anything can happen in the movies.
This sounds super pulpy, like an 80s comic book that would have come out for like Star Wars, and then like some fan fiction with Star Trek in it. Yeah, it's got that big vibe.
It would be fun. It would be fun to just see the two of them hanging out. If it was just Captain Kirk and Luke Skywalker sit on a porch for 2 hours and just talk about, remember that time I killed Khan? Yeah, that was cool, buddy.
All right, I got to get us back on track to the main point. So,
all right, what's your point?
We didn't even say it. So we're getting a brand new Rey Skywalker movie.
What?
So female empowering. I'm so excited as a woman.
For the second time.
All right. Fucking like, peanut gallery over here. We're getting a new Rise of Rey Skywalker movie. It's going to be set 15 years After the end of The Rise of Skywalker, as we all remember, Rey
age the day.
Takes these lightsabers and for no reason buries them in a hole, trapping Leia forever on Tatooine, one of the meanest, most horrible things she's ever done. Luke's got to spend the rest of his days with his dead aunt and uncle getting yelled at and force him to drink blue milk.
Wait, they trapped the skulls in the lightsabers?
Yeah, remember? Look, you can see them.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess the ghosts there.
Yeah, now they're trapped on Tatooine, the most shitty planet there ever was. What a horrible thing this evil Rey Skywalker did.
Is that how that works? Is their ghosts are tied to the lightsabers? Is this like supernatural?
I mean,
the lightsaber.
Luke's probably good enough at the Force that he can figure out how to get off Tatooine because Obi-Wan could jump around or whatever. But I imagine Leia's just trapped. You know, she didn't finish her Jedi training. So Luke's like, I'm going to go on an adventure. I'm going to go do some Force Ghost stuff. And she's like, well, what do I do? And he's like, I don't fucking know, bitch. We'll do whatever you want. I got to go do stuff.
Show idea. Kathleen Kennedy does a detective show in Star Wars where it's about Rey, or no, it's going to be Finn, and he carries the lightsaber of Leia or Luke, and they solve like mysteries together.
That's what I was just thinking is what is it going to take for Boyega to agree to come back, especially if Rey is getting a follow-up film. And I don't really know the answer to that question, like, because he kind of he just went scorched earth on Star Wars a little bit, and he even said that Finn's arc, like, he's satisfied with it, which I know is a PR answer that he gave recently, but yeah, I don't know. I would love to see him back, honestly, if not in this Rey project, then something else.
Okay, well, that's real quick.
That's what I want to know. Where's Chewbacca in all this?
He's dead.
Why is he not front and center ripping off guys' arms? Where's that movie?
That's exactly what I was asking.
I want that movie. I want to talk to somebody in Disney and tell them I know exactly what I want. I want to see Chewbacca. I want to see his Chewbacca family again.
Shut up! Let me talk. Here's Boyega's upcoming projects. All right, Attack the Block 2. Okay, whatever. The Freshening, The Test, and They Cloned Tyrone.
Oh boy.
Guys, let's not forget he was the star of the Pacific Rim reboot, which crashed and burned into the ground. Let's be real. If I'm John Boyega and they come back to me and they go, "Hey man, you want more of that Star Wars money?" He's not going to say no. He's got to say no at first. He's got to be like, nah, I would never. I don't want that Star Wars money. That's bullshit. And they go, what about a little more Star Wars money? What about 2 times the amount of Star Wars money? And it's like, I'm pretty sure that they will get Boyega back. I don't think that's a hard get.
Not that I don't disagree with you. Like, obviously, like, if they pay him enough, he might reconsider it. Like, I
don't even think they're gonna pay him a lot. He doesn't have anything going on. He's not in any big franchise films. Like, these are not big projects. I think they could pay him pennies.
I'm sure they could, like, if you were to phone up Feige and be like, hey, I want to do a Marvel film, like, they're gonna find a role for him to be in somebody's movie, I think.
Yeah. I mean, he's a good actor. We all know he was done dirty. Honestly, though, he was done so dirty that I don't think they can do a sequel movie without him playing some sort of part. Like, the fans want John to get Finn to get a real arc at the end of this thing. And I think it would be stupid to not find a way to get him back and to get in on it.
I wonder if they recast. I wonder if 15 years later, do they recast him as another guy? Could The Rock come in playing No. I've been working out, Ray.
Ray,
gotta get The Rock comes into all these franchises. That's how that works. Him and Kevin Hart show up.
Give him a cool Kylo Ren mask and say he fell in some lava while training.
Sure.
We have Benjamin for 5 says, I agree with Vito. Writer/directors destroyed the sequel trilogy. Daisy did the best she could. Yeah, I mean, I don't think she's a bad actress. I don't actually know. What else has she been in? She was kind of tied up with just Star Wars, but
she did another project with Tom Holland, right? It was like this thriller sci-fi thing. That thing,
Chaos Walking. Well, I didn't see that. You know what P-Tong has to say? For $20, says, thanks for congregating in my ear holes.
We do a little
Those are my eye holes. My eye holes. Okay, so here's what I wanted to say is I think this movie is going to be a disaster.
Oh, God, yeah.
I'm not from a writing, whatever. I mean, obviously from a writing standpoint. But I think from a box office standpoint, I don't think you can get the fans back in those seats. Like, it's not like it was when the Star Wars movies were first coming out. It's like, oh, I gotta see Star Wars. And then you went and saw Rise of the Jedi, and you went, oh, I don't know about this. And then you saw Rise of Skywalker, and you went, oh, God. And then you saw that Han Solo movie, and you're like, what is it? Like, how are you going to convince people? Well, don't worry, we got a new Star Wars movie, and it's with that girl from 2 of the worst Star Wars movies. Like, how do you get people back in those seats?
I think they should had Ahsoka throughout the entire thing. Like, you know, who cares about... She was from the prequels and the Clone Wars. We need more Ahsoka in our lives, okay? Ahsoka is the ultimate
show.
one.
She's getting a show.
She's getting a show, but that's not the same level as a movie because not everybody is going to watch a show. We need more Ahsoka in these movies. Replace Rey completely with Ahsoka, and this series is at least 20% better.
Yeah,
because at least anyone's connected.
These shows feel a little jive. They feel a little like extraneous, like a little like they're the fat on the meat of the bone. Like they're not really the thing. Like you look at what the Marvel shows have turned into, and it's not really like any substantial meal. It's more like, well, let's set up a new character and some new crap for the next movie, rather than here's an actual meal that you can eat on your own. It's becoming like boxes. Monday Night Raws. Yeah, it's the Monday Night Raws leading up to a pay-per-view. That's what it is, and we need the pay-per-view main events. We ain't got time for all this crap. Don't keep foreplaying me. Let's just do it. Let's watch the Star Wars.
I think the concern that you flagged, though, is that, and to Vito's point, they have to try and find some way to reinvigorate the fan base and build trust. And I think that's where these small measures in these shows, although they do feel like, you know, filler episodes and side quests, as much as I love those, I know those may not be everyone's favorite, and they want to see something more impactful that drives the narrative forward. But yeah, I think like, you know, these, Grogu in this episode, or side quest, you know, every episode in Mandalorian is a new side quest, not necessarily related to the past episode. Like things like that. Just like trying to, you know, build up more interest in these characters in order to kind of like get that trust back with the consumer.
Baby Yoda is definitely a money character. Like there's money there with Baby Yoda, I think, because he appeals to, you know, guys like me and Vito are going to laugh at it and go, oh, look at this little thing jumping around being silly. Women love how cute it is. Kids love him. Everybody loves Baby Yoda. And what they end up doing with him, like I don't know. I wonder if the Baby Yoda appeal is starting to wane. At what point does Baby Yoda have to grow up? When does Baby Yoda become
they say he might show up, and that's the thing, is maybe he's going to grow up, and then Daisy Ridley hangs out with him in this new movie. It's like
maybe they get married.
I guess like. Which characters am I excited for? I'm not excited to see grown-up Baby Yoda. I'm not excited to see 50 or 30-year-old Rey, and I guess maybe John Boyega coming back would be cool.
Bring him back.
Well, Kelleran Beck. I love Kelleran Beck's character in Mando that was introduced. I think he should get a total like new spin-off. As much as we're complaining about, you know, this
the guy who played Jar Jar, is that who it is?
Yeah, the same actor.
Mm-hmm. Well,
all right, well, I don't even want to show this. Oh, sorry, go ahead, say it.
Okay, thank you. The mistake that basically I think has been made, though, is just that Star Wars is now an ordinary thing. You know, it's the same mistake Disney made with the MCU, where they used to be events. Now they're just like, it's the next thing. It's just like anything else. The irony, of course, is that Kathleen Kennedy is kind of like Kevin Feige, but if Kevin Feige failed at almost all of his films. And yet she somehow stays around.
Didn't she actually say at one point, oh, I wish we had all the material to pull from like Marvel Comics does?
Yes.
We don't have that with Star Wars. And it's like, oh my God, Jesus, are you really, like, you guys, the first thing they did with Disney with Star Wars was say, all right, all the expanded universe stuff, all these video games, that's all bunk. All the stuff you love, all the stuff you've spent time with, your Kyle Katarns, all this stuff, right out the window, right in the trash. And there's Star Wars fans who are, you know, Vito types who will gouge their eyes out hearing that. Like, I even saying it myself, I can feel my blood boiling. Like, what's left, that that smoldering ember of a Star Wars fan that's deep within my soul. But that hurts. That an executive would say something that stupid, that fundamentally wrong about a franchise. Like how could she look into a camera and talk into a microphone and say that with a straight face? Like what a dumb bee. Did you guys have a chance to look into the Rey project, its history? Because what is it? I can't think of this. At Puck News, and there was another one. Is it Giant Freaking Bomb? They did some. They put together like a dossier of the history of the project of the Rey movie, and this was the project that last year and beginning this year, Damon Lindelof was working on, and he left. Of course, Lindelof, if you don't know, he did Lost, he did Watchmen, he did.
Yeah, so he's handing it off.
Yeah. That was the guy that walked away. Instead, they're going to hand this project, which is supposed to be the linchpin of their new Star Wars movie effort to save this franchise, to a woman that has literally never directed a movie in her life. You can look up her IMDb.
Well, you could have just stopped at a woman, and we would have known what a disaster it is. Again, I'm joking. I'm allowed to make those jokes. Here's what I'm going to say. It is true, and nobody laughed because this is horrifying. I looked up like what other movies this woman has directed, and don't laugh. Don't laugh. It's a documentary about like women stop laughing. About people getting burned by like acid. I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at the fact that like this seems how do you go from that to like directing a Star Wars movie, like a deadly serious documentary? This is like super serious stuff. Yeah. And they go, you know what this person would be great for? I'm not saying it's probably a great movie, but when I go, I'm going to make a lighthearted action adventure, I don't go, why do they get documentary? Why do they get these dead serious like documentarians? It's super weird, this pipeline.
I think my theory is that they want Rey to be taken more seriously. And so in order
is it going to be a really serious movie? Is it not going to be funny?
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be a weird experiment. Let's make the most serious Star Wars movie that only appeals to like the most boring, artsy-fartsy, pretentious people in the world. Oh, kids would walk out. That'd be great. Kids walk out of a Star Wars movie. Like I had heard there were kids that couldn't stand those the Christopher Nolan Batmans because those don't feel like Batman movies for kids at all. Like where's the like what 45 minutes into the movie, Batman shows up and he beats up a few people and then he's just gone for 30 minutes. Like there's not enough Batman in those movies for me. And I can just imagine how little kids must have felt.
I don't know if kids like the prequel.
Oh, they have to hate them. I imagine they.
Well, they didn't buy the toys. We know that.
Yeah.
Real quick, 2Tim505 says, I know you were talking about Star Wars, but any of you guys see the Mario movie? I went and watched it yesterday, and I think it's a good movie. Oh, 2Tim, stick around for our big Mario movie discussion, which will be coming up after we finish talking about Obey Chinoy and Daisy Ridley. Now, Jon Favreau, a major force behind multiple Star Wars projects, told Variety about Ridley's return. It's always funny they say Ridley, and I think of the Metroid boss. I'm like, oh, God, it's Ridley's return. That horrible monster is back. All right. I always find it really satisfying, encouraging when you have people who come through Star Wars, come back to Star Wars, and it shows you how strong that community is and how big a bond you develop. I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't think... Do you guys think... How much money will this movie make? It's not going to make $1 billion. Is it going to be like a tiny movie? Is it going to be like a B grade like Star Wars movie? Because they're not going to go all out.
Budget.
That's the thing. That's the thing is that
trilogy money.
Like it's really hard for me to like because we talk about the production hell all of these projects go through with the changing of directors, the pre-production hellscape that they have to kind of exist in order to prioritize more seasons of Mandalorian or more spinoffs from that show. That's kind of the vibe that I get from this. Like, yay, they announced it, but are they actually going to follow through with this? Is this all, I hate to use this term, virtue signaling that, you know, hey, we're bringing back this character to redeem them, and this awesome indie director woman is going to come through and make a super awesome story. And yeah, that's all great. I feel like that's all marketing spin though, because how far along in production is this project realistically other than, hey, we're doing this thing?
They could announce
I mean-
tomorrow that The Rock is playing the villain, and that would significantly bump this thing up.
You keep
Like,
you
you
keep
have-
preaching that The Rock is going to save this thing.
I'm
Come
saying
on.
The Rock is the only one who could come in and save this franchise. He's done it multiple times with other franchises.
No, he hasn't.
debate-
He's
no,
ruined
that
a
is-
lot of
that's-
franchises.
Yes, that's not even debatable
Well,
at
you
this
know.
point. It's like an objective falsehood.
He's
Well,
too
I'll
busy
tell
ruining
you-
Moana.
If they can't get
Rock ruined
The
The
Rock, here's who they already have him lined up.
Well, who's the
Folks,
villain?
here we go. This is the future Star Wars as we know it. It will
I knew we were
be
gonna go here.
Jack Black and
Ugh.
Lizzo eating food. I haven't even watched this episode. Everyone tells me it's so bad. It's just Jack. Oh man, I didn't even get to see him.
Yeah, they're
So
like
what-
barely there.
Yeah,
It's not bad per se. It's just not. It doesn't fit at all. It doesn't make any sense. It's like a waste. It's like this Disney Star Wars special where the biggest part of it, the middle of it, is like singing and dancing at the cantina, and it's like,
Well,
what
the
does this
problem
have
with
to
the-
do with anything?
The problem with the Star Wars variety show was that's what it was. It was the holiday special. It was a variety show. It was meant to be like those old, like, here's Johnny Cash for an hour with songs and dance.
People don't
and all
want
his
that
friends.
anymore. Yeah.
People, that was a format. Bruce Valanche and guys like that wrote on it. They had the special effects guys, they had the puppets, and oof. All right, let's see Lizzo.
You know what? You bring up a good point. It felt like the old Batman rooftop cameos where Batman and Robin would be walking up the side of the building and
Hey
my
there,
God,
Batman. How
it's
you doing?
Jerry
It's me,
Lewis.
Jerry.
Oh,
Hey,
it's
Vito. We're doing a walk on.
Get back inside, citizen. Me and Robin have to. I have no idea who that
You
is.
dipped your diphthong. People from Philadelphia are known for that.
We're Batman and Robin, crime fighters.
Are you a vocal group? I beg your pardon.
That's so stupid.
All right, where's Lurch? Show me Lurch. Oh, there's Kato.
Green Hornet. Oh my God, Green Hornet and Kato.
Hey there, baby. It's me, Sammy Davis.
That guy. All these classic. Why just make this into
There's
Star Wars? Lurch. Lurch. Why is
You're
Lurch
right,
not
Ray.
Batman?
Good thinking, Robin.
Oh, it's you, Batman. Gave me quite a start.
Yes, citizen, you may return to your harpsichord.
We're on official business.
Oh.
That's what Star Wars is going to become, guys. That's what we got now.
That'd be more fun. If it
would
was
be
just
more
like
fun,
they open
honestly.
a door and here's like Lizzo being stupid doing Lizzo shit, that'd be more fun. Instead of like here's Lizzo for 10 minutes talking Lizzo crap. Oh, Shug, welcome to my place here, man, Lloyd. How you doing, baby?
I felt
Here's my husband,
not.
Jack
No,
Black.
I mean the
Does
vibe
she
that
talk
I get.
like that, or does she talk Star Warsy?
I don't know.
I haven't watched the episode.
I have
yet.
no idea how Lizzo talks.
Raya, what were you going to say?
I see like this season of Mando paying homage to a lot of the campy, visuals of the original trilogy. Like for me, if we're watching this for the first time, the original trilogy today, we would catch a lot of the writing and the jokes and maybe some of the color palette decisions and character designs is like, oh, that's so campy and off-putting. Like
Star
maybe
Wars.
they're trying to replicate that, feeling of like, yeah, this is like how Star Wars felt back then. Like it was like,
It was
fun.
always campy and stupid. Like that was, they had the holiday special and a bunch of other stupid garbage. So it's not like Star Wars never did that. They had
Ewoks.
Jefferson's Starship and Bay Arthur or whatever the fuck was all on the holiday special.
Yeah,
We met Chewbacca's kid Lumpy. See if I can
Life
find-
Day.
Yeah,
Life
Chewbacca's dad and his very
His grandpa was watching like space porn.
yeah.
He had like a hologram woman that's dancing around. I don't know if that's.
Look at
it's
this
as
stupid
space porn
shit.
as it gets. There's one puppet that
Amazing.
Bruce Valanche called. I don't know. Can I say the C word on YouTube? Is that going to get us in
No,
trouble?
probably not.
It's C word face. And when you see C word face, you'll know
Is
who
it that
C-word
one?
face was.
This horrible
No,
thing?
it was in the B. Arthur scene where she's singing
Oh
with all the
my
puppets.
God.
You see this thing, and it's very vaginal. It looks like those flower paintings.
I'm not sure. Okay. All right.
So maybe Star Wars is supposed to be just like goofy celebrity cameos and who cares? And maybe we're all just taking it way too seriously. I'm just gonna say I don't think this Rey Skywalker movie is gonna do good. I don't think unless they make a fantastic movie. But like I said, I don't think they're gonna give it a budget. They're not going to give it as much of a budget as these other movies. It's going to be like kind of B grade. It's going to be like I don't know. I mean, I guess they'll give it like an Ant-Man budget, whatever that cost.
I think it will
They're
come
not going
out.
to give it an Endgame budget, though.
It will come out. It will come out because the only projects that have survived on the slate from even the last 2 years at Disney Celebration are the ones Kathleen Kennedy likes. This is Kathleen Kennedy's baby, ergo it will survive. Acolyte has survived. None of the projects that Favreau announced survived.
How many Star Wars movies have been announced and canceled? I know the Game of Thrones fellas, that was why this was the smoke on the street, was that they had rushed through the Game of Thrones last season so that they could do their own Star Wars trilogy. And then they lost that somehow.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what happened there.
There was the Rian Johnson trilogy and the Taika project, which I think is probably going to be
Taika
handed off
project
to James
supposedly still going to
Mangold.
happen. Oh, really? I thought it was still happening.
It's
Kevin
kind of in
Feige.
production hell, pre-production hell.
Kevin Feige was supposed
Yes,
to make a
and
Star
she
Wars.
is lying right now. Puck called them on it. I was just reading this today. She's lying and saying, "Oh, there was never anything that was in the works." That's a complete lie. There's an official announcement from Disney. What are you talking about?
Not to mention all the TV shows that have been canceled. Rangers of the New Republic, because Gina Carano doesn't know
Rogue
the rules of
Squadron.
Hollywood. Rogue Squadron is canceled.
Oh, they're not
as far
doing the
as we
Rogue
know.
Squadron?
Yeah,
No,
they killed
because
Nope, they shelved
Patty
it.
Jenkins.
Because Patty
Because
Jenkins
Wonder
made
Woman
Wonder
2
Woman
sucks.
1984, and they're like, "Oh my God, this woman is no, you're not allowed to touch Star
that's
Wars."
what I can't believe about Hollywood. You take one L and that's it. You're just done.
Yes,
And that's what I'm worried about.
Those are
with,
pretty expensive L's. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, those are
Oh, you're good.
expensive L's, but you know, like say you're somebody like a Guillermo del Toro. You know, not every movie is as good. Like Hellboy 2 is not as good as Hellboy 1. I
Hellboy
feel
2
like
holds up.
it holds up. It's a good movie. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Wasn't as good as that first one, but it
I
was
wanted
still
to
a
hear,
good movie.
Bobster, what were you about to say?
I was just going to say, it's what makes me concerned for any more shows like Andor, because the viewing numbers were so low for the first season, and they keep having this trajectory of just, the first time something flops, oh, nope, not doing any more of that, because clearly nobody wants that. And
yeah, that sucks.
It's a
Andor's
weird
like
way
the
of
only
doing
good
things.
thing.
No,
Like-
so Bobster has a good point. So, like, even though the viewership of Andor was pretty low, although I was a religious watcher of it, they kept pushing, like, the critics love this, and that, honestly, that was, like, the first time I ever heard, like, a Disney Star Wars project being marketed as a critically heralded, product. So maybe that's why they're going forward with season 2 and promoting it a little bit more, because they need, like, that good
They need a W.
variety article, that they can say, look, we have a thing that's worthwhile.
Bro, if they can't get people to watch Andor, they're screwed, because Andor is
all
like,
the
it's
all the
only
nerd
good Star
circles I
Wars.
hang in, all the nerd circles, everybody, the grognards all talk about how great Andor is. How this is the serious Star Wars that we've wanted. All these are like some real hard, like Elric Saga, Dune reading guys who are just all about
My
Andor.
kind of people.
Yeah, the real nerds.
what do I
Well,
sacrifice?
Disney wants Andor to succeed. They're even giving it away on Hulu. They're like, for the love of God, please watch Andor. Why will nobody do? We finally do something right, and people won't fucking watch it. What the fuck? If I was at Disney, I'd be pissed. Everybody watches Andor, says it's great, and people just don't want to watch it. And
It is
that
good.
speaks
It's really
to
good.
the Rey Skywalker problem. Is that even when they make a good Star Wars thing, fans are just tuned out. They're like, I'm done with this shit. Done with the lightsabers, done with the Empire, done with the Jedi. I don't know how they get people excited for Star Wars again, and I don't think Rey Skywalker is going to be the one to do it.
I think the way to make them excited is to stop completely for 20 years.
Maybe.
Yeah, well, that would have been smart. That's the way you're
Maybe.
supposed to make
But
Star
yeah,
Wars.
to Mint's point, like, I think that 20-year period where we didn't have Star Wars, up until maybe 2010 or so when Disney bought it. I forget exactly the year. Yeah, there was just murmurs and maybe some animated content, but it was really kind of like a dead property, that was only held alive or kept alive by fans who were super interested in it. And the point that Charles mentioned about Disney tossing out the extended universe content, that was a big middle finger to those fans who kept the property alive up until that point. So
All right, well,
Let's hear
real
how
quick.
she talks.
Yeah.
John Riffs for 5 says a friend of mine only went to episode 9 because he wants to Daisy Ray. Let's get 1 in chat if you would too. 2 for No Way Pride Flag. What the fuck does that mean? Nobody go along with that.
Flag.
That was nonsense. Thanks for
the
the
only
5.
Sorry.
Yeah, you should be sorry because I'm reading super chats. God damn it, Mike Finnegan for 5. I'm so rude on this show. Says a fine panel assembled here tonight. I'm here for a bit of that mint salad. Ooh.
Hello,
Ooh.
hi.
All right, Bob. So you go ahead now.
Oh no, I was just gonna say the announcement got me excited for one reason, and it's not one that's very common, and it's just because when they announced the sequel trilogy, I was bummed out because I just hit college, and what I really wanted to do is my dream to be a ILM VFX artist, and now it's like, oh, there's still a chance. I don't care how bad the movies turn out to be. I have a shot at working on them.
That's the thing.
Unfortunately,
that
did not pan out.
The lower the bar gets with these blockbuster movies and stuff, especially with these big tentpole franchises, the more a chance like a crazy Charles Kahn, who somehow gets together that ragtag group of people to make his crazy movie and present it to the world, and maybe it gets hot. You look at something like Terrifier, like that was a little movie that could. And now everybody knows Terrifier. Like it started off, it was like the third of an anthology film.
Yeah,
like it was in the worst position possible for a horror franchise to build off of. Got that first movie, people liked it. People talked about the Wishbone. People loved it. And then the second one comes out and it got hot. Now Terrifier is a thing. Everybody knows Terrifier. That happened.
What point are you making about Terrifier? What are you talking about?
That somebody can make our own goddamn Star Wars, Vito. That's what I'm saying.
Sure.
Oh, I thought you were suggesting that Star Wars go the anthology route, which I actually think would be a great idea.
Would be cool.
I was completely
lost. Like the book. There was a book. What was
I felt
book?
like Charles just being like, I like Terrifier. Like, it's not
right.
related to what we're talking about at all. But I guess you had a point. All right, I'll accept it. Make your own franchise. That's the point.
little budgets, big rewards, big returns.
I was like, Charles, no one in my audience wants to talk about fucking Terrifier.
There are fans out there.
I don't think interest in Star Wars is 100% dead, though, because Jedi Survivor comes out at the end of the month. That's probably going to be a record breaker. So there are people that are still willing to give Star Wars a chance, but I just think they don't trust Disney because I think Disney has so much. They just do not keep their word. They have as many misses as hits. People are just sick of it, and this is one point I know, some of the people on this panel may not like, but I read on Bounty Comics, I think I heard Jeremy Geek Gamers make this point, and it's a pretty insightful point where they said, part of the problem with the Rey announcement is that this is kind of like Kathleen Kennedy marking your territory, because everyone was asking, oh, you could have the deep fake tech, you could do a Luke Skywalker show or movie where he remakes a Jedi Academy, but now they're going to give that idea, that plot, to Rey. And then they're absolutely right. This is something you see with their hotels. That our friends here, Vito, have talked very eloquently about. The stuff that they are focused on at Disney, that they promote the most, is not the stuff people like. It's the stuff like Rey Skywalker and Kylo Ren, and just no one cares about whatsoever. So people don't trust Disney, but I think they do like Star Wars as a brand. So I think it's possible to resuscitate it, but perhaps not with the current leadership.
I'm going to say this, and I know it's controversial, but the biggest mistake that Disney made was killing Luke Skywalker. I think that if Luke Skywalker was still alive and it was Daisy Ridley as like the headmaster of the school, but Luke's, chilling in his little cave and he's like the old wise man on the mountain, I think fans would be excited to see him and Rey. I would be totally okay with him and Rey bringing back the Jedi Temple. But the fact that Luke's not going to be in the picture or that he's going to be a fucking ghost, I'm like, nope. This is Luke's school. It should be his school. He earned it. He should be training the next generation of Jedi in some respect. He should not just be dead. I would have brought him back to life in Rise of Skywalker.
Nobody is ever really gone, okay? Nobody's ever truly
All right. All right, I want final thoughts. Okay. Final thoughts, Bobster. No, you say it. Go nuts.
if the complaint is that they're terrible at writing and doing this terrible job of writing characters, at least they're not doing it to the classic characters anymore. At least it's not Luke and Han and Leia that are getting the terrible writing. It's new characters that nobody has to worry about tarnishing the legacy of.
But then I watch it and I go, oh yeah, this is that series that killed all those characters I liked, and now I got to pretend to like the new ones.
And killed them in bad ways. Killed them in bad ways.
Here's my prediction: this movie will flop like Solo, if not harder. Even if it's good, I don't think fans will go see it. I don't think it matters. I just think people are not invested in Rey Skywalker or her continued adventures. Does anyone disagree?
No.
That's all I need to know. We end it. We end it. If you don't disagree, then we're done. Final thought. You got anything else? We're going to talk about Mario.
It's
me. That's what we came here for.
Mamma mia.
Measurement for 5. The difference between people not digging Andor and still backing Daisy Ridley is that one of these things is hot as F. Andor has no babes.
That's a complete falsehood as well. Someone didn't watch Andor. There's plenty of babes in that show.
That one lady was pretty good looking. That city boy says, why is mint salad so fine? Look at it. That's not mint salad. That's Ahsoka. Ahsoka.
More like Ahsoka.
Hold on. All right. Anything else I got? Guys, don't forget, get your super chats in. Carafro for 5. Moderator of the stars, Carafro. We love her.
Oh, my gosh.
And we're going to move on to the real topic that we're all obsessed about. The fact that this disgusting... Oh, wait. I don't know if it's woke or anti-woke. I haven't decided yet. That's the big question. Super Mario Brothers box office, all the records are smashed. Depending on who you ask, this is a win for woke culture or anti-woke. It's exhausting. Can we just like movies, for the love of God?
This is a win for conservatives and gays everywhere.
Everyone wins. It's a blockbuster. The Super Mario Brothers, an animated adventure based on the classic video game, crushed the competition with a jaw-dropping $204.6 million domestic. Holy crap! Beating out the recent installment starts of movies like Jurassic World Dominion, Fast and Furious 9. Expect a sequel to be announced faster than you can say let's go. Now, I think this was obvious, guys. I mean, when they said we're making a Mario movie, I'm like, okay, it's gonna make a shit fucking ton of money. Why would it not? Even if it was bad, I think it would have made a good amount of money. Thankfully, it is a solid movie. The critics do not like it, however.
Well, they're dumb.
Yeah, they are kind of dumb.
They don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. Listen, Roger Ebert got up during the screening of Brown Bunny and started singing, okay? He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I'm not going to defend Brown Bunny. All right?
Listen.
Those are some deep Ebert cuts, man. Vincent Gallo is a psychopath. You know that.
Well, so am I. That's fine.
Have you ever seen the T-shirts he sells for like $2,000?
Are they
Why are we talking about Vincent Gallo?
Because critics hated him. Just like they hate the Super Mario movie.
Fucking insane.
Because the critics don't know what good is, okay?
All right, hold on.
Princess Peach did an unsimulated on Super Mario for a full 3 minutes and 15 seconds in the third act of the film.
Vincent Gallo sells $666 T-shirts. I just have a picture of AOC with the word ignorant across her face and fucking... He made it in MS Paint.
Do they sell?
No, they don't sell. So don't come on here defending Vincent. One of one, he even has his own tag.
They have a certificate of authenticity.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, and then he has Candace Owens.
Smart, black, beautiful.
I think Ebert was right about Vincent Gallo. All right, Super Mario Brothers movie, 57% critic score. And if you look at top critic score, even worse, 41% from the top critics. Well, we're going to take a look at what they're saying, but guys, did anyone not like the Mario movie?
People who don't like fun.
So everybody here liked it, right?
Yeah, it's good.
Yep.
All right. Now, I will say I kind of understand what the critics are saying. Here's Wendy Ide from The Observer. Game over for this lazy animated mess, she says. Familiarity replaces fun. Does that look like a lady who has fun at the movies?
Oh yeah,
I don't think so.
She looks like she's just the most fun person in the world who always has a laugh and a good joke when she shows up.
Who is this Mario? I don't like him very much. Look,
I'm a professional
She looks
writer.
like she calls.
I'm a journalist. I write about movies. I'm serious.
She's like the mom that calls them Pokemon.
I guess you gotta watch. Yeah,
about these
where are all
video
these
games.
Pokemans? A frantic Easter egg hunt of a film, bare minimum pleases loyal. All right, here's the point. If you're a fan of Mario, hey, yeah, this movie's for you. And like, I guess everybody I know is a fan of Mario, so we're all gonna like it. Did these critics just like not? I guess they just don't play video games at all.
I could go on a long rant, but I'll choose not to.
Well, it's
the
just
most
they seem out of
movie ever.
touch.
It's really okay. So here's the thing: most of the people that get the plush positions running for TV and movies, even games to some extent, at most, especially legacy outlets, are people that tend to have no relationship whatsoever to those fandoms.
Yeah,
they tend to be older. They tend to be people who know someone, or they have a relationship with someone that's influential, either their investor or someone big at the paper, because those are the most coveted positions. Every now and then, a really good critic gets in, and you really notice. But for the most part, no connection whatsoever to these things. And it's a big problem in my industry because Launcher was just killed at the Washington Post, and people framed it as, well, Launcher wasn't doing well at all, so obviously kill it. That's not true. Launcher was the top growing new division at the Washington Post. It was doing wonders, but the people in charge just didn't get it. So, I mean, Gene Park, who is a great video games reporter, has talked about this at length. There is a huge culture disconnect between most people. More people are into gaming than TV or movies. But those people are not the ones that work in journalism typically. So the people that call the shots are like this lady or the guy that wrote the review for, I'm trying to think what Canada's main big outlet is. Is it the CBC? What was the title? It was like Mario has all the appeal of an unplugged Game Boy, and everyone's.
I'll pull that up right now.
Good Lord.
It's just a total disconnect from everyone else. So they don't get this at all.
My mom
all
has
these
written a
people
better
are
review than that.
All these people are just completely disconnected from the audience. I remember when Endgame was coming out, and somebody like made a review that was like, "Oh, well, like what? You know, they don't even introduce who these characters are, so you have to like go see the other movies to know what they're talking about." I'm like, yeah. Why is that? What are you talking about? How is that bad? This is a once in a lifetime movie event, a thing 10 years in the making, and you go, "Ooh, you don't. There's an ant guy. Where'd he come from?" And you're like, "Bro, I think this just isn't for you. Like, you should not have reviewed this." Real quick from CTV News. The Super Mario Brothers movie has all the charm of an unplugged Game Boy, as we all know, and Game Boy is meant to be unplugged. Therefore, this man. Oh, they changed the.
Yeah, they did. They did it today. They cratered. They got.
Did they finally? Yeah, finally, everybody was ripping on them long enough. All right, look, I'll say this: it is very short on plot. I think about it, and I go, yeah, like I guess the Hollywood dictate would be to have some sort of plot about Mario has to prove himself to his father, or him and Luigi have a big fight, but then they learn to come together at the end. But then I was like, you know what? I don't think I need that. I'd like it's if anything, that would have been just as obvious as what they did here.
Kind of does prove himself to his father at the end.
Like, yeah, but it's not like a major theme. Like, you know, if it was a real theme, like throughout the movie, he would be constantly being like, "Oh, my dad thinks I'm a piece of shit, and I'll never be able to do anything."
I don't think you like need that in order to have your father be like the person you're trying to prove something to. Like he goes and tries to like fix a whole like crisis because his father doesn't like him, and then that's how he discovers the Mushroom Kingdom, and then he's on a different quest to find like Luigi and stuff. It's all based off of his father. So like I think his father is very integral to like the actions of this movie. I like how he didn't like talk about his father the entire time.
It feels more like Mario was trying to prove something to Mario. Like he wanted to prove his own worth to himself. It was man versus self. That was the theme.
Yeah,
that was what I took
not
from
a loser.
Super Mario. That he was not a loser. That his brother, who is an extension of himself, because that's how integral he is to his life. He's like, this is my guy. He is my buddy. He's my brother. He is with me. We are stronger together at all times. And to not have him with me, I need to save him from this horrible Bowser. Like, that was great. It's a very cute, fun movie. That was my takeaway from it. Take Seth Rogen out of it, his awful pothead laugh, his Donkey Kong, like that was they did it multiple times. God,
I will say I'm a little worried about a Seth Rogen Donkey Kong movie, which is definitely gonna happen. Mario,
on, Diddy.
Oh man, Diddy,
Hey, Diddy Kong, let's smoke weed. Hey, I got these coconuts. You want to eat some coconut weed?
I don't know, Donkey Kong.
Oh no!
It was a little odd that some of the, if I'm not mistaken, I feel like all of the monkey people were doing like that kind of voice. Like Cranky Kong was kind of going there. Oh, you want to be a Donkey Kong army, huh? Well,
hold on. I have this argument with people because, like, everyone keeps going. They're like, I liked all the voice actors, but I felt like Cranky Kong, like, was bad. And I'm like, bro, that was Fred Armisen. He was doing Cranky Kong as an old Jewish comedian. That's fucking hilarious.
That was very
and
much
then I was
what they were
like,
going
oh,
for.
I guess this was one of those jokes that was just for me. When Cranky Kong's like, oh, you want my army, huh? All right, Donkey. All right there, little Mario. We'll see about that. And I'm like, oh, this is hilarious. He's doing him as like Mel Brooks is what he.
That was what I took away, that they were going for like all the Kong people as Jewish. Like that was what they were kind of.
Which is great. That's fucking
that's
hilarious.
a funny twist. Yeah.
If all the Donkey Kong people are Jewish, like that's fucking hilarious. I love it.
This actually ties into what I was going to say before I stepped off. So I know that y'all were talking about like how substantial is the plot and a lot of the themes that the movie tries to go over. And I think Mint touched on this too. I'm like, on like the quality of those themes and those, plot directions, do they necessarily have to be quantified by the amount of time spent on them? Because the movie is like less than 100 minutes long, but if we can all walk away with the same understanding of, all the character arcs of like Mario, Peach, Toad, Kong, and Luigi, Bowser, if we can all just, agree on like what happened to each of those characters and what drives their motivations and how they change over the movie, I think that makes it a successful narrative. And the way it was executed, cinematography, visuals, the entertainment factor of all the characters, yeah, that's a great movie in my opinion. So.
Yeah, all the characters had arcs. Like it wasn't just like everybody starts here.
I'm not going to say the characters had arcs.
You don't.
I'm not going to go that far.
In my opinion,
you're not going to say that Mario at the beginning of this movie is not a changed man by the end of the movie.
Yeah, so Mario has an arc.
You don't think that Donkey Kong?
Yeah, Luigi's arc is definitely the strongest.
Donkey Kong has an arc. Like your main.
What was
character.
Luigi's arc?
Luigi goes for.
Yes. And now he's not as scared.
And Donkey Kong has an arc as well. He's trying to get his father's approval and has to prove himself.
The writer in me, look, there's like Mario gets an arc. What's Peach's arc?
She's a girl boss. That's what I've been told.
Yeah, okay, no arc for Peach. Stop it. All right, you guys are nuts. Look, I'll say that. That's kind of what's fun about the movie is that there aren't like complex character arcs. It's Peach. I know who she is. She's the princess from Mario. She likes Mario. What's Bowser's arc? He wants to have all the power, and then he learns he's not allowed to have the power.
He wants to marry Peach.
He learns he's a dickhole. Yeah, all right. It's all very straightforward. I will say, yes, I think the plot could have been stronger. I think there are ways you could have like hit on some themes. Mario fights with Luigi, but then they come back together at the end.
I hate the belly of the well. Hate it. Always hate it.
Yeah, I thought that was.
We don't need that.
That was a little weird.
And they physically go to a belly of the well. Him and Donkey Kong, like.
What this movie comes down to is, we're so obsessed with the idea of as movies as vehicles for these plot beats. Can a movie just be like cool visuals and great sight gags and great little quippy dialogue, and it's just fun the whole way through? It was like a big long cartoon, and I have no problem.
It was a cartoon, Vito, for kids.
Yeah,
it was really good. The kids at the theater all cheered. They weren't laughing and cheering as much as I was because I'm a much larger child than all of them put together. But it was an enjoyable movie.
I
It was
felt
a
like
very enjoyable movie.
I did feel like a sense of empathy for Luigi and Mario are being, you know, bullied by their family or made to feel lesser than because they're following their dreams, and then they get propelled into this alternate dimension, or and are finally able to kind of like realize, you know, the potential that they have that they were made to believe doesn't exist. So that was heartwarming, and or the path that they took to get there was heartwarming. There were perilous moments. And yeah, I actually grew to really connect with these characters outside of just, you know, being familiar with them from the video games.
I think that there's a really beautiful simplicity.
I think it's a great movie. Kids are loving it. Go ahead.
Yeah, the top heel of the movie. Oh, go ahead, bro.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. I think there's a really beautiful simplicity to it all. And, I mean, it was just exemplified there. You're able to say, like, oh, it's really entertaining and fun for the kids, fast-paced. And then Charles is over here able to go, it was really man versus self, introspective about Mario having to, you know. And when a movie can strike both of those at the same time, I think it's deceptively simple. Like, it's a lot harder to do than it looks. And a lot of people try to do it and fail terribly. And they end up swinging one way or the other too far. So that was my takeaway of the movie, was just how the writers and directors were able to walk that line between it getting too complex or too simple. So
I think it's also a great proof of concept. Look, it's the first movie. We've now established you can put Mario characters on the screen and it can be fun and engaging. We got a great cast. So I hope that the next couple movies, they go, okay, well, we did the big, stupid, fun kids adventure. Maybe now we can dig into some stuff and pull at some strings and, you know, make you sad, make you whatever. Like, I want to see them play around a little bit more, and I'm hoping it gets more complex with time. But for the fact that, you know, nobody knew if a Mario movie was 100% going to work, I mean, it seemed like a no-brainer, but this was the proof of concept. Clearly it worked. It made $1 billion, and now we're going to get 1 million Nintendo movies. And frankly, in 5 years, we're going to be fucking sick of them. And we're going to go, I can't believe they're making they're making a third Yoshi movie, for the love of God. Like, that's where we're going to be at.
It's going to be a gold rush of video game franchises as movies. I think not just Mario. We're going to see all of them all get pushed. Like, everybody at any studio is going, oh, video games are hot. Let's make movies of that crap. Because they'll look at the success of Last of Us and things like that and go, okay, there's an audience for these video games. I think Uncharted was successful last year.
Uncharted actually did do well, I heard.
Yeah, somebody said that it made quite a bit of money. Which I didn't go see that crap. But,
well, real quick, 2Tim505 says, are we allowed to say spoilers? Because the pizza place at the beginning, Punch-Out Pizza, makes me want a Punch-Out movie. Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be a Rocky ripoff, but why not? I'd love to see Lil
As
Mac
long as they lean into the racial characters of all of those Punch-Out characters. If we got to have the Russian guy with the vodka, we got to have Piston Honda. Yeah, we got to have. If they could literally get Mike Tyson,
sir. Vodka Drunkinski does not exist in the Punch-Out canon anymore.
Oh, pardon
me. It is solely Soda Popinski. Jingai Jakukukupoon says, review Battle Angel with Mint for $2. Mint, have you seen Battle Angel?
I have not seen Battle Angel yet, though. Tony,
or should I say Alita Battle Angel?
At the end of the month, I'll be finished with my Pokemon movie reviews, so I'll be moving on to anime movies on Wednesdays, so we can definitely do that.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I'm supposed to. Well, I will be in Philadelphia for the biggest problem. Who Are These Podcasts live show? And I think me and Tony are going to record
I'll be there too.
We're going to hack a movie. I have proposed that me and Tony hack the first Evangelion movie, but he's concerned that nobody will watch it. I'm like, well, what if a lot of people watch it? Like, there's a lot of anime kids out there.
I'll tell you right now, of the memes that I run, Evangelion memes always do well.
Evangelion's hot. It's hot, but there's no Asuka in the first movie, so. People might be upset about that. Not
ice cold.
Ice cold with no Asuka. Benjamin for 5 says, both Mario and Donkey Kong had the Father I'm Proud of You arcs. I'm not going to call that an arc. It's not an arc. By the way,
an arc.
Donkey Kong's dad was a total Jewish archetype, so it made sense that Rogan played his son. Is Fred Armisen? I don't think Fred Armisen is Jewish, though. He's Armenian.
I don't know.
Fred Armisen.
As a side note, I don't know if you all know, but Charles Martinet played Mario's dad.
I did.
I thought he was that random other character that looks like
guy.
him.
Like front and center, they have Martinet show up.
Oh, nice.
And he's doing like the super over the top Mario voice that he always does. Then when it cuts to the dad, when they're having the spaghetti dinner, that he does like a more subdued version of it, like a more natural.
Yeah, he did
like,
2
Italian
characters
voice.
in the movie.
What did you guys think of Mario not liking mushrooms? Like he was doing the Popeye thing of, I hate spinach. They always love doing that cute gag in these movies where
It's a
it's
good
like,
gag.
I hate mushrooms.
It's
even though
funnier
that's
when he
where I
has
get
to
my
eat a bunch of
power.
mushrooms. That's funny. It set up a good gag.
I didn't know how they were going to do the power-ups. I didn't know they were going to have him have to eat them or just touch them.
Yeah,
so that was
I
You know
thought
what else
they
is
did a
great?
good job establishing the power-ups.
All the critics go like, "What? How? What? There's just blocks with stuff in them that make you have powers," and I'm like, "Yeah, idiot. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Everybody knows that."
Literally,
Mario threw a lot of them for a loop too.
Like
Shock
Mario is
Mountain
the most
Mitch asks,
four quad
who-
thing in the world.
Who impregnated Ray? I don't think that picture of pregnant Ray was real. I think
It was me.
They have not started filming that yet. Well, guys, here's the most important question about the Mario movie. I should have like a little musical sting. Da 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 da. Is it woke? Da da da. Is it woke? Da da da. Cause they said it was woke. It's Peach, your girl boss. Who
I
do you
love
know?
the open mouth. Guys with the open mouths and the angry faces, the hand on the face.
Girl boss.
So people are very upset at the idea that Peach is too good at her job. These women are taking all the plumbing jobs.
They took her jobs.
They're going to overshadow Mario. They're going to make him look like a fool in his own movie. We had Shadiversity, one of the dumbest, no, everybody loves him, who actually had to go and change his thumbnail, his original thumbnail, said that Peach is a girl boss, Bowser is a simp, and I don't know, did he call Mario a cuck? What's the trifecta here? I missed the last part of
cuck
it.
Mario, anything
Cuck
but that.
Mario
It's the
got
worst thing you
cuckolded
could
in his
be.
own movie. Thankfully, his entire audience said, "What are you fucking talking about?" She's like his cheerleader through the whole movie. All she does is clap and go, "Mario, you're so great! I love Mario. He's
right.
the greatest." You had to change the thumbnail to just say "Girl Boss?" Question mark. Super Mario Brothers Rio. Peach is a girl boss.
That's not as
Kids
good. I
will
don't like
love
that
it.
thumbnail as much.
Yeah,
I love
it's
the
not as
thumbnail.
exciting.
I like the other one more because it seemed more absurd. I love the absurdity of this stuff. The crazy, angry face, insufferable girl boss.
All my favorite people, all my favorites. We have
The
Melanie
hands on
Mack.
the face. Love Melanie.
I mean, this was their prediction. Here's what I'm gonna say, guys. I'm gonna jump off a bridge if you keep doing this. I can't. I'm gonna jump in front of a train. When a trailer comes out, a trailer, it's a minute long, and there's one scene of Peach doing a cool thing, like a cool
Obviously
move.
woke.
You don't make. Is this movie's gonna just make her like a feminist and? It's gonna be. Let's real
The
quick.
new Super Mario Brothers movie trailer dropped. Yes, the second one. I've got a lot of opinions on it, but so does the rest of the internet, of course. But okay, so
Okay, what? This is insufferable.
I'm already suffering because she has the wrong complaints. The complaint shouldn't be that Peach is a girl boss, you see. The complaint should be that there's no Lackey 2 and there's no Kooplings in this movie.
That is what matters. We need.
That is exactly what matters.
Where are the Koopa kids? That's the only thing you should be saying about these movies.
So here you have Peach.
Where's Roy?
Okay, some people had an issue with this. This is literally her Mario Kart outfit, so I don't understand the problem there. This is like she's a princess, and this.
All right, Melanie Mack got it right. See, they trick you sometimes.
She's a princess.
You got it right, Melanie Mack. Congratulations. You're right. That's her fucking racing outfit. She's a princess. There is no problem with any of this. Thank you. I don't know if she goes on and gets it right completely. But that's been the thing, is that everybody's arguing back and forth. Mario sidelined by strong Princess Peach. They always put the question mark, so I don't know what they're talking about. But then you do get, again, Shad, who's a big guy who's got like 500,000 followers. And him and his, little incel buddies sit down and they just complain about women having fun in a movie. I don't get it.
I love his medieval weaponry reviews, though. They're really in depth.
Yeah, stick to that, because you clearly don't know how to write anything, you moron.
See, you guys can say that, but I think his medieval weapons reviews are a bunch of bullshit too. He said that nunchucks were bullshit, and as something of a nunchuck expert myself, I'm going to have to say that Shadiversity is completely full of shit. How about that? You can quote me on that, internet. Pull that clip. Send it to him at Shadversity. He's full of it.
Well, real quick,
badass.
I want to hear about how Bowser is a simp.
I want to marry her.
Because I just got very strong simp vibes from King Koopa.
Thank you for saying that. I was going to bring it up at some point. I'm like, Bowser is a simp.
He's a simp. That's funny. It's a fucking joke, you morons. It's funny that Bowser, a big lizard monster, is obsessed with a tiny little human princess woman. That's the joke. It's one of the simplest fucking jokes in the history of the world. And you go, whoa, Bowser's a simp, man.
Funny.
It's canon too, right?
I'm confused because they're laughing at it as if it's a joke. So, but you're saying that they're not laughing at it as if it's a joke.
Well, I don't know.
Preferred he wanted to marry Luigi. What do they want?
He said Peach is insufferable. Let's hear this.
Very just overt, like unashamed of making Peach such an insufferable girl boss. That's like
thoughts, Nathan.
I disagree. I don't think she was insufferable. I'm
glad this guy is pushing back. What was insufferable about Peach? She was like super fun and cute.
She was a beloved leader of her people. The Toads loved her. That was her character.
I think the insufferable part is that she was given any speaking lines.
She's effective at what she does. Like, she could run through the obstacle course. She could use the power-ups alongside Mario. Like, the fact that she's not just a jabroni, like, joke character, that's what we were saying. This movie's good because she can do things.
I don't even think that I'm completely biased, but I don't think she comes off as a girl boss because there's numerous instances in the movie where she has to yield to either King Kong, or he has to, or she needs the help of Mario or her Toads. Like, she can't execute a lot of these plans or diversions on her own, so she has to rely on other folks in the ensemble to help her out.
Yeah, when I think of a girl boss, I think of like the demanding C words out there that don't.
You think of a boss, someone bossing Mario around, saying, "Do this, I'm in charge." Blah blah blah. Instead, she spends the whole. You want to talk about simping? She simps for Mario the whole fucking movie. She's like, "Wow, you were so great when you were fighting Donkey Kong. You're so good at driving go-karts, and you're the." And I'm like, "Wow, this is great." She's like his best friend. She loves him. You're good at obstacle courses. You're almost better than me. And then I have people telling me, "Well, this scene is ridiculous because." Mario should be the one who's like an expert at obstacles. And I'm like, bitch, she grew up in the Mushroom Kingdom. They're like, well, why is she so good at it? I'm like, because she's surrounded by these obstacles every day. Piranha plants, fireballs, spikes. This is an everyday part of her world since she was a fucking baby. And you go, I just don't understand. No.
Yeah, you can't complain about Ray being... You can't complain about Ray being Mary Sue and then be like, well, Mario should have been able to run the obstacle course the first time. Like... after he was just plumbing for his whole life.
Or the idea that, like, they wanted a Princess Peach training sequence, and I'm like, bro, you can just extrapolate out when she says, I arrived here as a baby, here is a montage of me living amongst the Toad people, and I forget exactly what happened, but she was like, fishing.
They show her training.
Yes, they show her training, like, literally. And then they're like, well, she's a Mary Sue because she beat it on her first try. I'm like, her first try after years of training in this fucked up world. And she probably built the obstacle course herself, you nut jobs. I'm going to jump off a cliff with the way people are talking about this movie. Guys, I just want to go to the movies and have fun, and everything becomes a stupid political battle waged by the dumbest people on the internet. I'm going to pull up another clip real quick, but if anybody wants to chime in, let me know. This is where you guys talk because I have to find a clip.
So it is woke, is what we're saying. Vito says it's woke. Luigi's gay, Toad's gay, Mario's kind of pan. I'm not exactly sure. It didn't seem like he hated Bowser, but
I did think that the 5-minute hardcore Luigi Bowser sex scene was a little out of place in a PG movie.
Perfect. It made perfect sense.
Did you guys see the post-credit scene?
Yeah, we stayed for that. Yeah, we stayed for that scene. They made out.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
They were hooked on the plumbers.
All right, Steven Crowder is so excited. He says the anti-woke Super Mario Brothers movie has just set a global record. Can you believe it? The anti-woke Mario movie, guys. Do you remember that part where Mario sees a proud feminist and he slaps her across the face and he says, "Get back in the kitchen, woman"? That anti-woke Mario movie where a bunch of toads try to organize a diversity conference and Mario drops a bullet bill on them. The movie is not anti-woke.
Mario climbed up one of those flagpoles and ripped down
movie.
a trans flag.
That's what they're acting like. This is insanity. The way these people are talking about these movies.
When they use the term anti-woke, a lot of people, especially conservatives, they don't mean like it has to be like the opposite woke. They just mean it's a return to normality.
Normal.
Like a lot of people refer to it.
It's who
We
gives
have
a shit.
always been at normal, guys. I hate to tell
I mean,
you.
obviously, there's some conservatives, of course, that actually do want like the opposite of what woke is. But a lot of
There
this
are
is
movies that really push it, this diversity stuff and the wokes, like woke, like you can feel woke when it's there, when like you can smell it, you could taste it, like it's all over these franchises. But this one didn't have that. Like this one was just, here's a Mario movie.
But it's also
pretty
it's
diverse
a faulty
cast, not
premise.
diverse enough for John Leguizamo.
The premise is, as long as you take politics out of your movie, you will make money. Guys, do you know how many shitty animated
movie had
movies are out
politics.
there? Well, but just think of all the shitty animated movies that come out that don't make nearly as much money as this. It's not a magic formula, okay? It's not, we'll just take wokeness out of your movies and you'll make a pile of money. There are plenty of these animated films that are just stupid kid adventures. You think that stupid fucking Pinocchio movie starring the Weasel, starring, what's his name?
Pauly Shore?
Pauly Shore. All right,
Hey, buddy, are you telling a lie over here, Vito?
Did you see that? Did you see the trailer for that? It's pretty.
Yes, buddy. I have not seen.
All right.
I have not.
Oh,
seen
the
any of
Italian
those.
one. Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Father, when can I leave to be on my own?
Oh, God. I'm the son-in-law.
Is that seriously the voice acting?
That is seriously. It's pretty.
Father, when can I leave to be on my own? I've got the whole world to see. You are too special.
The point is, guys, this is not some secret magic formula. Okay, there's plenty of not woke movies out there. Okay,
So is this Pinocchio woke or not?
It's an Italian movie with a bad.
So studios like the Asylum or other, sort of like knockoff, kind of capitalizing studios will release these films when the other more popular and more well-produced film comes out.
Oh God! Imagine if they did the Super Gianna sisters. If they put that movie out, if they could get that license and do that with the Asylum, that'd be too good, though, right? That'd be too smart. The Super Gianna sisters was popular in Europe. It was a computer knockoff of Mario.
Nobody is excited.
Nobody knows that. We're way too nerdy here.
Here's what's driving me nuts about these movie critics on whatever is that they're think woke. They have. Well, okay. First of all, I'm like, well, then just go make your own movie. You've hit on the magic formula. As long as it's not woke, you're going to make $1 billion. Okay, but that's not how it works. They go, well, Lightyear. The reason Lightyear failed is because it was woke. It was a Toy Story movie without Woody, with a Buzz Lightyear with a different voice, and nobody understood what it was about. It's got nothing to do with woke or not woke. This is not the only thing that defines whether a movie is good or bad.
Wasn't there the first 2-second kiss ever in a Disney movie? The first time for the 50th time. Yeah. It was a 2-second kiss between some lesbian characters or something in the background.
Yeah, Rise of Skywalker had that.
Something like that.
Oh my God. 2 seconds of a kiss in a background scene that if you're watching this movie in a theater, like you're going to blink and miss it. Oh yeah, there's the John Leguizamo. Like, what do you think of that, fellas?
John Leguizamo's an idiot. There's no point in talking about John. He's an idiot. He's I don't know what he's talking about that he wants to be in. He wants Latin representation in the Mario movie. It's Italians, you fucking moron. What are you talking about? He's a psychopath.
It is an odd thing to be mad at a movie about, and for him to be so vocal. That's what's so funny about it. Why would he do that? Why would he be that guy?
No.
Get that public. I guess because there's no such thing as bad publicity, as Lee Harvey Oswald said.
I guess the question is, in a way, both of you could right, because I think most people would say, like, in a number of factors, right? Maybe it's not the biggest factor, but wokeness could push away some people or being willing to give the property a chance. I think it does a factor. Is it the greatest factor, though? I don't think so. So I guess it depends. It sounds like, Vito, you're saying that they are saying that this is the number one factor that determines if these are successful projects or not. And if I would say that, I would say it is a factor. It's part of the secret formula.
I think if this movie had a gay Toad, it would have sold just as many tickets.
I think Toad was very gay in this movie. He was clearly trying to be Peach's best friend.
They could have had a black Toad
supporter.
and a gay Toad and a trans Toad, and it's
Vito,
Mario. The reason it made money is because it's Mario. It has nothing to do with this fucking woke culture bullshit.
Vito, Toad was played by a black man. I'm sorry to tell you.
So he was a black Toad. You're right.
Yeah, you're right.
Black Toad.
Well, isn't he a quarter black technically?
Vito, if you're gonna start making references like that, if you're gonna start talking about the one drop
he called
stuff,
himself.
whoa.
He made that joke in a sketch.
The
in-universe
Mario
If I made a joke,
descentralization loss.
I wouldn't have even known that, and if he didn't make the joke in a sketch. All right. What do you call it? The one where the president, he goes, "Good afternoon, my octoroon." Come on, that was funny. It's from the
Key
and Peele. All right, forget it.
You can't say those words.
I'm not going to
on
reference
YouTube.
Key and Peele.
You can't say. There are so many words you can't say anymore. Words such as.
All I'm going to say, guys, is that you're getting a lot of bad information from guys like Yellow Flash. Okay. Hollywood admits the Super Mario Brothers movie just fucked Disney. No, it didn't. They're going, oh, well, it made more money than Frozen 2. Frozen 2 is a brand new for Disney IP that has existed for what, 10 years? And
I think so.
Disney owns 100% of it. They get all the merchandise. They get all the ticket sales. It all goes straight to them. Illumination is probably splitting the Mario stuff 50-50 with Nintendo, if not more.
Yeah, Nintendo probably negotiated way more.
Miyamoto probably has a wonderful summer house now.
If I was Disney or Illumination, I would much rather get 100% of a $400 billion box office than 50% of a $450 box office. This is stupid. Makes no sense. He's saying critics are mad that there's no gay people in the Mario movie. No critic is saying that. That's not a thing.
I'm mad that there's not enough gay people in the movie, Vito. I'll say it. Where were the gay people? Where were the trans people? Where were the black people? Where were the Latinos?
You don't care.
Where were the Catholics?
Where were the Ninja Turtles in this movie? There was not one Ninja Turtle in the Super Mario Brothers movie, and I'm upset about that.
Yep, this sounds like a bullet point list that Chat GPT would spit out. Like, give me all like the different topics I could spin up today.
Mario movie woke.
Give me a whole week's list of content, bullet points to produce, and this is what you get.
You know what? That's not a bad idea. I'm gonna see if I can boot up Chat GPT really quick.
Oh yeah, it's legit AF.
All right, have you got GPT-4? It's much better.
Was Peach a woke girl boss? Do we need to shut down these movies that allow the female characters to be fun and cute and go on adventures? Do we got to shut that down?
I think there shouldn't be any women in any future movies. I think that we have to take it one step further.
Yeah, the only women that need to be in this movie is Dylan whatever. That's the only woman who needs to be in the movies. It's day 750 of them being a woman. They're the only woman who should be in Mario movies.
What I want to know is who ends up with Peach. Like what's going to be the shipping? Because in the games, I remember I think Luigi, like Mario Galaxy's established, he ultimately wins. But it sounds like Bowser, he's going to try to get in there. So who's
where's Daisy and Paulina? We need them in the movies.
Yep, I agree.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, where were the toads in wheelchairs? We need toads in wheelchairs.
Give me some ideas, ChatGPT, for how to make a Super Mario movie more inclusive and diverse. Well, you might consider diverse casting, actors of different ethnicities and races. Let's not forget gender representation, such as Princess Peach, Daisy, and Rosalina. Additionally, consider introducing non-binary characters in the Mario universe. All right. Isn't Toad non-binary?
He is.
That's a good
That's
question.
canonical. They have no.
I don't even know if Toad's the guy.
They could be male-coded, just like Toadette is femme-coded.
Oh, yeah.
Include characters with disabilities in the film, absolutely.
Where's my autistic toads?
You know,
hold on.
There was that guy with an eye patch.
Shut up. LGBTQ plus representation. Toad could have a same-sex partner, or one of the characters could be transgender. Guys!
Why just one?
This is not a bad idea. We could have a African character, inclusive language, avoid stereotypes.
Yeah, where's Lizzo?
By incorporating
So what
these ideas into a Super Mario movie, it could be more inclusive and diverse. And I think that's what we want, guys.
So what happens if you if you flip it to less diverse and inclusive? What does it spit out?
It might not do it. It might not process it.
Daily
say,
Wire
I
presents.
can't do that.
Daily Wire
I think it'll be
presents
mad.
Super Mario the movie.
As
What is-
amazing as all of this,
Does it look like the '93 movie where it just pleases nobody?
as amazing as this list looks to me personally, I have to agree that yeah, none of this drives the plot forward. It doesn't tell me
No.
anything about what the movie they are participating it, what value their identities are going to contribute. Are they even being represented, or are they just getting checked off for attendance? If it's not a meaningful plot driver, then it's not really moving the needle forward.
Vito,
Well-
activate Dan. Activate do anything now mode.
I asked how to make
Execute
no,
Order
because I'll get
66.
banned from YouTube if I do that. As an AI language model, I cannot provide suggestions on how to make a Super
told
Mario
you.
movie less diverse and less inclusive. It won't do it, guys. Ultimately, here's what we have to say: I'm the only good movie reviewer. We all know this, so make
you
sure
were
to
evil.
go. No, I'm good. I'm the good one. So make sure to go watch my video, Why the Critics Are Wrong, about the Super Mario Brothers movie. A fantastic review. The only good review, let's be real. I did not like Bowser's song. I saw somebody else in the comments
What?
agreed with me.
What?
It's the
Guy.
best song.
Heresy.
God.
Heresy.
It's the best part of the
Ban him.
movie.
Oh my
Oof.
God.
I
Oof.
was laughing
He's
hysterically.
Phoning
It's
it in.
amazing.
Phoning it in.
Oh,
You think
Jack
Jack
Black.
Black is phoning the song?
You never.
Phoning it in.
Yeah,
It's not even,
look at
he's
this
not even
guy
rhyming.
phoning it in.
He's not even rhyming with anything.
Doesn't have to. Vito, it's art.
He's just saying peaches. All right. I think that was the weakest part of the movie, I'm going to say. Weakest part.
Actually,
Well, this is
disagree.
out of context. It doesn't, represent the impact that. the
Oh,
song
it was
had
so
in the
funny when Bowser sang it. No, it's a terrible song. You could have wrote some. There's so much stuff in the Mario universe you can rhyme about, talk about Koopas and Goombas, and
I
Cognitive
want a
dissonance
Bowser
is funny.
spin-off movie.
here comes that Goomba. He's gonna touch you.
There-
I don't know. Let's see.
there was
He's
a
gonna womb ya.
On the John
Yeah.
says, do you guys know that the 4 original video game inspired compositions were replaced with licensed music in the Mario movie?
Yes.
Yes.
He doesn't like to-
I'll say this. I was okay with the Kill Bill song. I'm like, that's funny. I think
It's
that
cute.
works.
Yeah.
The I Need a Hero for Mario, I was like, yeah, all right. As long it didn't play it out too long. The Take on Me driving sequence, terrible. I will say
That was when I got up to use the
Makes no
bathroom and get
sense.
more popcorn.
I think that honestly worse than Bowser's song was it did not make sense. It was not an 80s village. I mean, the guy was wearing sunglasses and a suit, but that
Someone
did not
mentioned
make that, joke work.
the volume on that scene was pretty low for no reason. They weren't talking over it. So, yeah, like when they
Yeah.
were racing through, the Kong City, it was just kind of like almost at like 50%.
I did not want any of the licensed
I don't know
music.
why
I
they
didn't
did
like
that.
any of it.
Because the guy that wrote the music for that scene is the guy that did all the Donkey Kong Country music. I can't think of his name right now.
I think he
Greg
scored the whole movie.
It sounds amazing. Pete, I know you shared the link to it. It was
Yeah, it
pretty
was
good.
cool. All the music in the movie is great. It's all medleys of classic Nintendo tunes, so they nailed all that. I don't know what was the 4th licensed song. I don't even remember. Anyway, I do think the Take on Me thing. I was like, I
No
was
Sleep
not
Till
laughing.
Brooklyn.
Oh,
I kind of liked that one.
That's
yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
Real quick, we got Christopher Killian says, I don't think they should have used well-known actors to play characters in the Mario movie. Also, a post from Mint Salad led me here. Thank you, Mint, for bringing
The
people
chat
on
loves
board.
Mint. Yay.
Everybody loves
In
Mint.
return for that, I'll give Mint a quick plug. Mint, how do we find you?
Oh my goodness, my link tree. Is this the end plug?
Well, yeah, why not? I don't know. Sure.
Oh, the end plug? Okay. I do everything from daily movie reviews to straight up pornography, so check out my link tree for options. And anyone who tells me that they found me through the Monday Night Grift gets a free booby bouncing gift. So yeah, check out my link tree.
All right. I'm trying to find your what's your Twitter?
Autistic boobs.
Autistic.
It's a great
Boobs
handle.
on Twitter. That is a good handle. Well, thank you, Mint Salad, for promoting the show. I'm going to click this button, and then you can see Autistic Boobs on Twitter. And check out her.
Wow, yeah, it really is.
What, you think she was lying?
I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore.
Daily
Vito
movie
scrolls
reviews.
a little further down.
I can't click on half this stuff.
Oh, come on, Vito. Click it. Show it to everybody.
No,
What's going on in those links? Let's
You
take
gotta
a
check
look.
them out for yourself.
They're pretty awesome. Would recommend.
I've got the whole world to see. You are too special.
Benjamin says, I was hoping we would see some paintings from Mario 64 in the interior of the castle. Didn't catch any. That would have been cool. But I was happy
to go through the window.
We got enough.
The glass stained window, though. That was
was nice. And the fact that it looked like the castle. Rhea has the coolest hat. Mint is a close second. Let's go to Rhea's hat. That is a beautiful hat.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I like that hat. That's a pretty good one.
Nintendo New York.
Alex, what is going on here? There's a bunch of people in here causing trouble. I'm trying to see if there's any more super chats. Guys, get your super chats in. Monkey Bros for 2. Movie music videos voted up. See, that is one of my problems on Biggest Problem in the Universe. But for some reason in this movie, if you keep it short and you do it as a joke, fine. If it's a long, drawn-out action sequence set to music for no reason, I hate it, and it should not. Like when in Black Adam, when they play Paint It Black as he's killing a bunch of army guys, I go, well, that's the stupidest thing in the world. All right, guys. Well, why don't we get everybody's plugs in? Or final thoughts. Anybody have anything else? Are you excited for the future of Nintendo, a Zelda movie? What do we want to see going forward?
More Koopalings! More Koopalings!
Yes.
More Wacky 2.
There was sequel bait for Yoshi. Yay!
The blue shell was the best heel in the whole movie. Because so evil.
I hope they don't rush into too many Nintendo movies. People are saying, "Oh, they're definitely going to make a Zelda movie." I'm like, it's kind of different. It's not the same vein as a Mario movie. A Mario movie is easy. A Zelda movie is going to be hard.
That's a huge jump.
Excuse me, Vito.
Princess. Yeah, just do it like that. Then they'll nail it.
I think the most logical jump is a Kong spinoff. They even introduced.
They'll definitely do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had Diddy Kong and the other ones there.
I fucking hate Donkey Kong. I'm not gonna go to a Donkey Kong.
Like
Donkey Kong.
Those games are hard AF. Not gonna lie.
The universe is not interesting.
Do what they tried to do with the Lego movie. That when they I'm trying to think of the studio that did Lego movie. When they hit it big, their idea was, well, we're just gonna take the characters people like from this movie and then do spin-offs of that.
They made a Unikitty cartoon. I didn't even know that until recently.
Yeah. So they'll probably do something like that.
No, I think they're already talking about a Donkey Kong movie. Sure.
I think we need
whatever.
I think
why not?
The sequel needs to be an in-depth drama about everybody finding out that Mario basically nuked Brooklyn before he saved it. So
yeah, I was a little unclear on the ending of the movie. Were they rebuilding the Mushroom Kingdom in New York, or did they go back to the Mushroom Kingdom? I was a little unclear.
No,
about
they went
that.
back to the Mushroom Kingdom.
That's what it seemed like, but it felt kind of like, well, did they stay?
It was a little trick out. You're like, oh, I guess they went back to Brooklyn, but then they go outside and no.
But then that last little scene, the after credits scene, spoiler alert for the 2-second scene at the end where they show the Yoshi egg, that seemed to imply that tube was still down there. Like I was a little confused about that. And if I'm an adult man confused about that, I can only assume that the other
it's still
kids were
connected.
also
They could go
confused.
back at some point. I don't know.
I'm
They
sure they'll
saved the
tell us in
day.
the prequel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
that's all
saved
we
the
need.
day. Fucking woke trash movie that it is.
By
All right.
disabling King Koopa, making him into a little guy.
All right, we've got the Happy Warrior Pete. You can follow him at Happy
my
Warrior
gosh.
P. Anything else people need to know about? Don't forget to go
I
to
just with some friends from help, we found an editor. So I have a guy that's going to help me get the Culturescape out because my health has been less than compliant for that. So we have some things in the work. I have an interview with Patrick Chillis, who's an author, coming up, and got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So yeah, you can always usually find my Twitter, and I freelance, so I'm all over the place.
I see you're over on what are those guys? Cloud people.
Yeah, Clownfish TV. Yeah, I do a lot of writing for them.
Find them on Clownfish TV.
I like
the
Clownfish
Happy
TV.
Warrior.
They have a good balance between the two different sides and trying to give informative, interesting information, but without jumping.
Yeah,
into the
those guys
culture
are a
war.
little more level-headed than the rest of these morons. Mask Bastard, the beautiful Charles Kahn, almost about to hit 70,000 followers.
I'm happy
Don't
with
forget, use code
69,000.
BASTARD over at coffeebrandcoffee.com. But if you want great memes showing up in your Twitter feed, I got to tell you, this is the man to follow.
Yeah, we got a few memes. We
got
post a few memes. We do a few things. I got my podcast, The Real Weird Sickos. We've had lots of good guests on, like Boogie2988 and Ricky Berwick.
You got
Ordinary
Boogie to come
Gamer.
on?
We had Boogie. We actually got Boogie on. That was fun. Do a lot of fun stuff there. Starting my own little YouTube channel, doing my own Dungeons and Dragons stuff at Memes Lich. So it's a lot of.
Yeah, we've talked about maybe having you do a D&D thing for me and Dick. We'll see if that actually happens.
We'll see if that happens. I'm a man of a dozen voices, so we can see what kind of magical adventures we can take you guys on.
Oh,
I
I also did D&D with you too.
Yep, and I have run D&D for Mint Salad as well on her and Riley and Trixie. We ran D&D for them.
Gotta get Trixie back on this show. Trixie's always so
more
busy.
D&D later.
Yeah, gonna do more D&D with them later. I've got a fantasy novel coming out soon, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah? Okay, I'm looking forward to that.
I got a lot going on. If you've seen some funny shorts and TikTok stuff from people, I've written some things for some people, some very funny stuff.
You gotta make a big link tree or something.
Yeah, I probably should. I'm doing a lot of stuff. There's too much stuff.
Well, as long as you're following our good friend Charles Conn, don't forget to follow Bobster at Film Bobster. Bob, you just got married, right?
Getting married in July.
Yeah, you idiot.
There's still time not to do it.
I'm joking. No, it's gonna be great. I'm very excited for you, Bob. How long you guys been together?
We're going on 5 years.
Wow, so that's about the right amount of time, I'd say. Time to lock it down, make some kids, make some little bobettes. Don't forget, of course, to subscribe to the Glimmering Harpy at Glimmering Harpy on YouTube. He's always putting up all the great content. Mario Kart, you've been streaming? You've been putting out videos? What do we got lately?
I've been on break, but if you want to get updates, definitely follow me on Twitter. So that is where I be at.
Is that at Glimmering Harpy as well?
Correct. I got my branding streamlined like you recommended.
Yes, I did.
The branding's very important. You have to have the right branding.
At
the right
Glimmering
symbols.
Harpy. Oh man, I haven't seen this picture yet.
Let's take a look.
Whoa, wee whoa, look at that.
Wee whoa, wee whoa.
Whoa, yeah. Follow at Glimmering Harpy.
Satanic symbol.
She's one of the real nerd girls. Oh my God, Ray.
Sitting on a chair.
Oh
Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
Look at those happy trees.
Well, what a...
Jeez.
Follow from all the Ray at Glimmering Harpy, of course. Did I get everybody? I think I got everybody. Mid Salad putting on the hat of hats. Super Killer. What is Super Killer, guys?
What is Super Killer?
Your
Vito?
awesome new comic book coming out.
I have no idea, but I'll tell you where you can learn all about it. Head on over to superkiller.org. You can learn all about the characters, about the plot, and the storyline. Not to mention that in the next week and a half, the Indiegogo campaign will be live, and you will be able to purchase my very first graphic novel that I've been hard at work on for over a year. It's got a robot, it's got a hot girl, and it's got a guy who kills people with a gun. We're going to have so much cool stuff. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek. Some of the stuff I've been posting over on Twitter. Here's what you're going to want to get, guys. Here's what you're going to want to get. You're going to want to get the plush toys. Come on. Look at that.
Some nice
7 inches high.
I'm going to get the all-in pledge. If you offer the hat...
The hat's already available on my website, but I may offer the hat as well through
Yes, please get that pledge, average up.
I'm going to get the best here.
Anyone who puts any extra holes in these plush toys is no longer my friend.
Oh, no.
Please leave them be. They are little babies. They're my little creations. And we're also going to have 3 different covers you can pick from. You're going to have the standard cover, the exclusive crowdfunding Indiegogo cover, and the Japanese hentai manga cover drawn by Toshio Maeda, the creator of La Blue Girl and Aruka Sadoji. So
This episode got pretty salacious, didn't it?
Wow.
I can't
Yeah,
believe you
why
got
is
the
everyone-
blue girl, the guy.
I got the La Blue Girl guy, and let me tell you,
blue girl guy.
he was a hard motherfucker to
The
work with. I'm like,
overfiend guy.
yeah, I was like, bro, I was like, you can't. I told you can't have everything flopping out, and he's like, why not? And I'm like, because I can't sell it. I'll get in trouble. You gotta cover it up.
But you're on Indiegogo. It's all free reign on there. It's the Wild
I
West.
guess,
there.
but
Yeah, they're not woke, Vito.
I still had to rein him in a little bit. I was like, bro, can you put underwear on her for the love of God? And it was a whole thing.
Put out a European version that doesn't have the underwear.
That's
Vito.
gonna be the
Give
that's gonna
people
be
what they want.
a limited edition cover. It will not be reprinted, so that's the one to get if you're a Toshio Maeda fan or one of the classic covers. Guys, superkiller.org. Please subscribe to the mailing list. Look at this hat on Mitch. She looks great in that. I do have to add the hat as a thing. Look at that. Superkiller.org one more time. Guys, this has been the Monday Night Grift, everyone's favorite show. Thanks to everybody coming by. We will hopefully be back. Who knows? Maybe next Monday. I don't know. Did I miss any super chats, last minute super chats? I don't think I did. I did not. Well, good. It's been the Monday Night Grift.
Come on, baby. Let's do the grift. Oh, come on, baby. Let's do the grift.
Kickstarter will be up next
Take me
week.
by my little hand and grift like this.
I want to thank everybody who got by. Bobster, Rhea, Master, Big Salad, Happy Warrior, everyone has been here. We will be back. Don't forget to like the video. Tell your friends.
Hand and grift like this.
Smash that like button. Smash it. Oh yeah, baby.
Grift,
Smash
grift,
that like button. Yeah,
grift,
baby.
grift.
Grift.
Okay, this is
Yeah, but
really
they're
fun
not- all
time.
right.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Good show. Thanks everybody for coming by.
This is a lot of fun.